Is mic on? Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present this morning. It is all hands meeting 27, folks. Can you believe it's 27 all hands meetings we're upon? That means, right? That means we completed an amazing 26 all hands meetings. And if you recall the first all hands meeting, it was very different, dramatically different than today's all hands meeting. And today's all hands meeting, we're really blessed to have an amazing support team, which I'll acknowledge in a bit. But we've come a long way, folks. And as we've come a long way with our all hands meeting, we've come a long way with our company. And today, our hopes today is that you see, the progress that we've created in 2018. Although a challenging year in some fronts, we've had some real triumphs. But we're going to share all about 2018, kind of what transpired. And I want to give you a really clear roadmap for 2019, where are our focuses, so that you, the people of our company, are really on track. There are no guessing, there's no gossip. You're hearing it from the team up here, exactly what we're going to be doing for 2019. So we're really excited. Folks, it's a great time of year. We're already into spring. Spring just kicked in. I don't know about you, we're in Toronto here. The snow's finally gone. I feel like we can finally breathe, and we're here in the all hands meeting. So as I indicated, if anybody actually wants to take any photos during the all hands meeting and you want to share them through any social platforms, the only thing we ask that you do is use the hashtag AHM27. Why we do that is because then we can go back and look at AHM 14 or 13 or 12 or 22. So the 27 helps us keep track. So folks, as I alluded, it's actually 8 years ago, give or take, about a few weeks, that we had our first all hands meeting. And from our first all hands meeting, the only promise that we were going to make was that we were going to put our people first, that we weren't going to put profits first, that we weren't going to put anything else first, but that we were going to put our people. The most important component of Roma Moulding is the people in our company. And we said we didn't know how to do it exactly. We said we were going to need a lot of help. We said we're going to fumble the ball here and there. But net, 8 years later, I like to believe we're a far stronger company, a far more robust company. And in the all hands meeting, I'll share how that's transpired over the last 8 years, folks. So we have over 52 hours of live all hands meeting footage on our website right now. That's over a complete day. I mean, if you start at 12 o'clock and you go a whole day, we have more footage than an entire day online. Now, if someone wants to watch all hands meeting 1, 5, 15, whatever it may be, please come see anybody on the leadership team. We'll give you those links and you'll be able to watch those. We are doing some really cool things online. So some of those links are not working for various reasons, but we are working to transition to a much more robust site. So folks, we have today 4 powerhouse speakers. So I encourage you, when we call them up, please give them a warm Roma welcome. It's often not easy to come up here and talk in front of your peers, talk live over the internet for everybody to watch. So if you can, I encourage you. These folks have been practicing for the last few days to make sure it's on point and perfect. So we have over 120 minutes of content, so just shy of 2 hours worth of content. We really jam-packed as much as we can. We really want to give you, the people of our company, as much value as you can. This is not a show because we have nothing better to do, but rather this is an opportunity to talk to you all at once, one single message, so you don't hear it from down here or from some water cooler talk. You're hearing it once. It's cohesive and it's recorded. So, we're held accountable to the recording. We have right now over 500 viewers live right now. As you know, we live stream this event. There are no passwords. We don't ask you for your email. If you're interested and you're watching the show, that's because you either seen something on social, clicked on our link, and here you are. So I do want to welcome all our family and friends who are watching today. We have over 56 people live right now in the audience right here in Toronto. Toronto, let me hear it. Let me hear it, Toronto. Thank you. That's so that the live stream people believe me that there's 56 people here. And if you're on the team, you're awesome. We love you folks, and thanks for being present today. But we also have a number of guests. And you know, when guests come to the event, the bar just raises really high. Not only is it important to talk to our own individuals, but people from other companies are coming here to see, you know, how are we doing things? Are we doing things different? Maybe they can grab a nugget or two. That's the goal. So we have some guests. I'm not going to put them on the spot, but I'm just going to ask the Roma team if they can give them a warm welcome to all our guests, folks. And at this juncture, it wouldn't be an all-hands meeting if I didn't do a shout-out to our awesome team in New Jersey. So I want to welcome all the team in New Jersey, Brian and the gang there. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I'd like to give a shout-out to Julio in Atlanta and that amazing Atlanta team that's really coming a long way. So shout-out to Atlanta. And certainly Anthony, our DC leader in Los Angeles, and our DC team in LA. You guys are kicking butt. I really appreciate all the hard work you're doing there. And to Tanya and Lloyd, our sales leadership team in California, but across the United States and Canada, I want to salute all our BPSs, our sales team members. I hope that you're not in the car watching. You should be either at home with your feet up, having a great coffee. But I salute you too. I know it's often hard because you're remote. And that's another reason why we do this all-hands meeting, so we all feel cohesive. All together, you're hearing it once here at the all-hands meeting. So, folks, 2018, it's important, if you recall, we had the all-hands meeting in November of 2018, but a lot has transpired since November. But I want to give you kind of a complete overarching recap on a high level of what we accomplished in 2018 together. The first thing we accomplished, folks, was our WMS system. So as you know, we run SAP as an ERP system. It's the real brains of our company. So every order that comes in goes to our SAP system. Well, we've invested and we've purchased modules that reside in SAP that allow us to become more efficient. And our WMS program has been deployed in our Toronto headquarter location only for right now. That team was led by Michael and Teresa, who worked tirelessly to make that project a reality. That project took long hours, many long hours. In fact, it took over 6 months to implement this project. The dividends are paying for itself day in, day out. While there's been tweaks of the actual system itself, what's been great is we're starting to see some of the efficiencies roll in. And as we get to the state that we want to get to, we're going to start rolling this program, that barcoding program, to all our facilities, both in New Jersey, Atlanta, and LA, to create further efficiencies there. But kudos to Michael, Teresa, and the entire steering committee team who made the WMS a reality. Thank you. So the other thing that transpired in 2018 was our cyber attack. So as you know, we had a ransomware cyber attack that occurred roughly a year ago, give or take 2 weeks. It was one of those moments in my life that I'll never forget. It actually rattled me right at the core. There's only been a few other times in my life that's really got me and really shook me to the core. And it shook, as it shook me, I know it shook all of you, and it shook our company. And they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And in fact, I look back today, a year from that, terrible day, almost feeling blessed that it occurred. In fact, I do feel blessed that it occurred. Because when it transpires, you don't think of it as a blessing. But today, as a result, we were able to overhaul our entire digital infrastructure. We overhauled the whole system of how our data is moved. We acquired and we worked with a third-party internet security team, one of the finest here in Canada, that has secured our data in multiple touch points. We have multiple firewalls. We have multiple redundancies. We have multiple servers and multiple cloud backups. We never want what happened to us a year ago to happen again. And folks, we live in a tough world. We live in somewhat of a demonic world where there are forces out there that just send attacks to try to get ransom and money. Well, the fact of the matter is we didn't pay any ransom to get our money because that's not part of our values in our company. In fact, what we did instead was we pulled the team together and said, guys, while I don't know if you know anything about cyber attacks or how to redo a server or how to spin up some servers in the cloud, we need your help. And I don't know how, but I just need your support. And this team was miraculous. This team worked around the clock. And not only this team, our teams in the US DCs went in at like 8 o'clock p.m. and got every order and scanned it like the old-fashioned way and emailed it to Gmail accounts and then brought back here, and then the team was sorting. I mean, what we went through, folks, was monumental. It essentially crippled our entire infrastructure. But as a result of the tenacity and team we have, today we stand with the most robust infrastructure by far this industry has ever seen. And I would say it also dwarfs some of the industries, throughout Canada. So I'm really proud of that. I can't say there was a lead on that because we were all over the place. And I just want to thank you folks all for helping us get to the level of where we are today. So I just want to give a round of applause, folks. We also launched an incredible 83 new items last year. 83 new items in 2018. Our industry, we believe this is by far the biggest introduction that anybody's ever had in 2018. In fact, probably in the last decade. Our industry doesn't exactly emulate or create new products. But as such, some of our competitors introduced 15 moldings, maybe 20, maybe as high as 30, but no one is as crazy as Roma to come out with 83 new designs. And by the way, 83 designs, 83 products that have an excellent fill rate, 83 products that have a huge demand on corner samples, meaning they want the samples to then further project sales. 83 that are producing really great revenue globally, not only in Canada and the US. And while others talk about product innovation, many of those individuals grab products from, say, 1986, 87. They get that motif, they spray some new paint on it, maybe a pink paint or black paint, and they call it new. Well, not at our company. Every single product is co-created by our design team. Every motif, every profile, every color. In fact, I'll talk about our new collection in a minute and how dramatically different we've pushed design and we've pushed product development. So I'll talk about that in 2019. So our partner relationships were very important in 2018. Had we not had the great partner relationships that we've fostered over the last 35 years here at Roma, we wouldn't have been able to survive that cyber attack. I recall when I called Tanya and I said, Tanya, our servers are down, our phones are down, our emails are down, we're completely crippled, other than probably my iPhone and everybody's phones and through some Gmail, we were crippled. And I said, Tanya, we're going to have to take it old school. What do you think? Let's get the BPSs. Let's have them call each of their customers, explain the situation. Don't overinflate it. Don't underinflate it. This is exactly what's transpiring. There will be delays. We will make it up to them. And as a result, today we have, folks. We've overcome whatever challenges those are. We've overcome some of those adversities. And the only way we did it is with really tight, deep relationships. And we're blessed to have those. So 2018 is certainly a year where those relationships have been tested. In 2018, we hosted a number of tours, folks. In fact, we had over 100 people tour Roma Moulding headquarters in 2018 alone. Over 100 people that are not from our industry, by the way, that are from the tech industry. Some are from various different industries. Some are from the insurance industry. Some are from the real estate industry. And they heard about us. They watched something. They seen something. They read something. They watched some YouTube. They heard some of you talk about how great it is to be here at Roma. And in fact, have deployed and said, hey, I want to come and see what you guys are doing. And why we have tours is it's important to share best practices. It's important to share with our friends and neighbors maybe something we're doing to shed light on perhaps their business. And for me, folks, when we can do that, when we can share even a little nugget, that goodness permeates. That goodness comes back to us in various different ways. As a result of those tours, it helps us recruit really great people. Because when we put an ad out, it is not uncommon to get 200 to 300 resumes per application. Folks, that's unheard of unless you're Google or Apple or Facebook. mean, we sell picture frames. But the fact of the matter is tours are so important to us. And in fact, we have a huge tour coming through here in 2 weeks' time. I won't be here. So it's kind of nerve-wracking for me because you kind of know I'm OCD on the experience. But I stepped back, I spoke to Olga, and I said, Olga, figure out how you can make this tour far better without me than when I'm here. And in fact, there's 18 people coming from an organization, from a mastermind group called Tech. I don't even know how they heard about us, but they want to come here. They want to spend 2 hours with us. They want to walk through our facility. They don't even manufacture anything, but they want to come and see the processes. They want to come and see why is there this energy? Why is there this buzz? How do you do what you do? Why do you do this? And Olga and the team are certainly going to make this happen. And so I ask in 2 weeks, be the awesome people you are. We don't put on a show when it's a tour. Just be the awesome people you are, because that's what makes the difference. And that's what makes people keep coming back for more tours. 2018 seen an amazing Roma Wish mission. Folks, Roma Wish, as you know, is near and dear to my heart and near and dear to the hearts of the people in our company. We've deployed on Detroit last year. We worked with the Christian Detroit, the Central Christian Detroit missionaries there. We worked in schools with the kids. It was tremendous. And I don't know if you know, but that photo there, for me, permeates memories that will last forever. There's something to be said when you're on a mission trip. It's not Tony, the CEO, or Olga, the director, or Sam, or Sarah, or it's not about your rank and file when you go on mission work. It's about Tony and James and Sarah and Paul, and we're just people all coming together to make a difference in something bigger than us. It's an incredible feeling, and I'm just so blessed that our partners keep supporting us, that our friends keep supporting us, that tours keep supporting Roma Wish, and we are continuously able to do that year after year. And so awards and recognitions, we've seen some amazing awards and recognitions last year. We won as a collective team the Vaughan Chambers Business Achievement Award in Excellence in Operations in 2018. We also won the small to medium-sized Best Employer across Canada for 2018. We're really excited about those awards, and we should probably get a little more focused on awards. Truth be told, we're not as focused on those awards as we potentially could be, but the fact of the matter is they come serendipitously to us, and in my opinion, that's the best way for them to come. We've also recognized a tremendous amount of people in 2018. We had tremendous amounts. We've had some promotions. We've had over 15 people acknowledged right here on the All Hands meeting stage alone, 15 people, and we're going to do that again today. So there's a lot of great things that transpired in 2018. This is very important to us. So internal net promoter score of 89.3. So this is a score that you folks know. We survey the company 3 times a year, about every 125 days. And it's in line with our all hands meeting. So post all hands meeting, Olga will talk about what that survey is going to be. But in 2018, you folks voted and you answered one question that's fundamental to the culture health of our company. And that question is, would you recommend Roma to your family and friends? And 89.3% of the time, you said yes. It's a big deal. These numbers aren't heard of in companies to the east of us and to the west of us, or to the north or to the south. These are incredible numbers. And while we don't rest on our laurels that this is a great score, we're constantly evaluating your feedback. In fact, your feedback is what makes us get better. Your feedback, good or bad, is a gift. And 9 times out of 10, the bad is the bigger gift. Because it's, while it's nice getting good feedback, hey, you guys are doing great, events are perfect, everything's perfect, just keep they're beautiful. But it's those not so great comments that really help us and really have us think differently, about some of our events, think differently about how we're making you feel. So kudos to the team for that. And we also have an external net promoter score. It's the same question. We've just posed that to our customer base. So for our customers, we ask, would you recommend Roma to your family and friends? And in a minute, Tanya will come up and talk about it, but 88.4% of the time, it was our vote that people would say they would recommend Roma to their family and friends. And Again, Tanya's going to talk a little bit more about what we did this year, because we've already done it this year, and what our takeaways are. So talk about that in a bit. So folks, today is March 28, 2019. Amazing. First quarter's already in the books. Spring is in the air, and 87 days have been completed this year thus far. The good news is we have 278 days left to inspire, yet to kill it, yet to take those New Year's resolutions that you made some 90 days ago, brush them up and say, I still have time to do them. So 278 awesome days. So in 2019, some of our focuses are certainly going to be fulfillment. And fulfillment is becoming a bigger part of our business, a much bigger part of our business. Fulfillment is something that the BPSs have been working on. It's also something that we've been working on with our customer base. So our customers are coming to us and saying, hey, Tony, I need to eliminate costs, or Tanya or Lloyd, I need to eliminate costs. Can you do some 3PL? Can you do all the assembly of all the product and either A, ship to my customers, or ship direct to consumer, or ship direct to my facility? We've been seeing a lot more of that happen, throughout 2018, and certainly a nicer wave in 2019. We just signed on a huge deal with a partner of ours that I cannot make public yet due to some contract agreements. I'm not able to make that public, but we will make that public in the months to come. But it's these sorts of things that changed the actual value stream of how we support our customers. So fulfillment's very important. Efficiencies. So it's easy to put operational efficiencies. That's typically what you see. But it's not what I'm talking about here. While operational efficiencies, as you've seen by WMS, are very important, and we're constantly tweaking, constantly making small adjustments, and while you think small adjustments don't make a big impact, small adjustments over the course of 365 days are huge, folks. So we're constantly making operational efficiencies, but we're also looking into how we can make efficiencies from when the customer places the order all the way down to when the order hits the floor. So it has nothing to do with production. And we're working with Paul Mitchell, Michael, Teresa, and a number of other awesome team members who are obsessed with how do we get from customer order all the way down to the floor in the most shortest time, the most efficient time, yet not compromising the customer experience. So you'll start hearing a lot more about efficiencies. And in fact, we're going to be asking you folks, because you do it every day, how can we become more efficient? What are some of the small things we can be doing? Because sometimes when you're taking a macro look, you forget some of the micro things and some of the small ones we could do. So efficiencies are a huge part. And that dovetails into experience. Folks, it's all about the experience. It's all about how we make people feel. Maya Angelou is quoted by saying, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And companies today not focused on the customer experience. In fact, let me rephrase that. Customers not obsessed, like obsession, like you need doctors, that are not obsessed with the customer experience will not make it, because Amazon and Walmart and all these other companies will gobble them up and kill them. But not us. We need to constantly be obsessed with how we're making people feel. And this is not a 2019 thing. This happened in the 70s. This happened in the 50s. This is taking it back to old school. We might have some cool technology, but how you make people feel is very important. So you'll see a lot more of that in 2019. And then as I indicated, our external net promoter score is very, very important. And to help me talk about our external net promoter score, in fact, not to help me, but someone who is as obsessed, if not more obsessed, with the customer experience and our external net promoter score is our very own Tanya Ferraro. Please put your hands together, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Hello, everybody. Wow, what a great show so far. So I'm really happy to be up here to talk about something that's really important to me, the organization, my team, and something that we strive for every day to make sure that we're achieving the best that we can achieve. So what is external net promoter score? So I know we mentioned earlier about an internal promoter score where we survey the employees of the organization to see if they would recommend Roma to their family and friends. But external Net Promoter Score is where we reach out to our partners and we ask them what their feedback is. Would they recommend Roma to their family and friends? And we ask them 3 questions. So we ask them, first question, on a scale of 1 to 10, would you recommend Roma to your friends or family? Question number 2, based on your last experience with our customer care team, would you recommend Roma? How was the experience, and would you recommend that customer care representative? And number 3, overall experience with Roma. Was it good, was it bad, or was it fantastic? And we take a sample size of our partners, about 15% of our partners, and we did a phone survey, and we asked them the 3 questions. And we take the feedback from what our partners are saying, and we implement processes throughout the organization to help improve and always better our score. So we are committed to doing this 3 times a year. With the first time, we've done it in 2018. So in 2018, we strive for a goal of 87%. And after the survey, our results were 84%. So very good, a variance of 3%. But again, a very good score that we were very proud of. So in 2019, we just completed our first survey, and we wanted to be a little overzealous. So we increased our goal to 90%. And we want to be the best. So yes, 87% was good, but we want to be at 90. Now, after our first survey, our results were 83% based on a scale rating of 1 to 10. Again, there is a variance of 7%, which we took in the comments and took the feedback with the variance. And we also looked at it a different way. So we wanted to see just overall yes or no. Would you recommend Roma to your family and friends? So we looked at it on a yes or no rating as well. And with that rating, we achieved an 89% recommendation. So something we're very proud of, which I think everyone should give us a hand. That's an amazing score. So as I mentioned, we are committed to continuing this 3 times this year. We thank our partners very much for the feedback and for participating and taking time out in their busy day to help us be a better team. And if there's anyone out there that has a question or concern or any ideas on how we can become better, feel free to reach out to me at extension 340 or at my email. Thank you, everybody. And I'd like to welcome up Tony.
Awesome. Let's give it up for Tanya, folks. Tanya's been doing a remarkable job, along with her team. The team has been doing a remarkable job. So the team does the surveys themselves. So while they're doing their jobs, they're actually doing the surveys. So really great work. And folks, we don't hide the numbers. These are the numbers. And as I've indicated, there's things throughout the year that transpire. And we're going to be doing this 3 times a year, so we'll average it out over 3 times. But the feedback that we get from our partners is gold. I'm sure you've heard the adage, feedback is a gift. And I've seen some of the initial feedback. Some is like, okay. And then others are like, oh my God, you guys are the best thing. You're like the Apple of the industry. And that's kind of okay. It's that middle chunk that if you only did A, B, or C, or if you only did this, you'd be far beyond everybody else. So I can't wait to dive into that. And that's where the real learning happens. So folks, 2019, it's already 87 days into the year. We've had our West Coast Art and Frame Show. We launched our new items. And in this year alone, we launched I'll hold that back. We launched a beautiful collection. Probably by far, let me come back a bit. Probably one of the best curated collections, well-rounded, ever in our history of 35 years. We had a little bit of everything for everybody. And all the products, from the fill rate to the error rates to the sell-through, have been brilliant. We've been meeting our targets on a number of the KPIs on new product development. But I'm just so happy about the new collections. But instead of me, standing up here and babbling, we have a video for you. Take a look.
Our 2019 winter collection signals the beginning of an incredible year. This collection is the result of a highly dedicated team committed to crafting the world's most beautiful picture frames. Like all great masterpieces, every molding we produce is created by carefully selected materials of the highest grade. No detail is too small in our continuous pursuit to ensure that every piece of molding we create is a work of art. 4 collections reflect and accent the best of 2019-2020 home decor and interior design trends. A subtle wood grain texture is complemented by 7 unique profiles for our newest Arbor collection. The new Eleganza collection is available in 5 exceptional profiles that add an understated yet playful pattern to any space. Our Romino collection expands the creative palette with a set of linen liners and canvas floater frames. An evolution from previous motifs, the Vintage collection introduces a subtle cross pattern to an internationally recognized design. The 2019 Winter collection is a passion project and the result of endless months of refinement. We hope you enjoy these fantastic collections as much as we have enjoyed bringing them to life.
So there you have it, folks. We've launched in January alone 79 new items. So if you thought we were crazy in 2018 with 83, this year alone, we've already launched 79 beautiful profiles. And you've seen by the brilliant video done by some of our team members here and some of the voiceovers, they're brilliant. So the actual contour of the actual product has changed. The substrate has changed. The finishing has changed. And we've actually applied some 3D depth to the product. So it's been a beautiful, beautiful collection, as well as beautifully recognized by some of the most important and most discerning eyes this industry has. So of the 79 items, we've had over 31 of those new items were Simply Roma alone. As you know, Simply Roma has garnered its attention on, great quality meets great price, means great slickness and clean lines, brilliant product and brilliant category that keeps growing. We've also added 43 new Roma 1. So of the 79, 43 are Roma 1 collections, which are pretty. And we've also added 5 new Elite samples. So for anybody that was at the trade show, you would have seen those beautiful creations of Roma Elite, which, by the way, we've sold in the upwards of over 100 Elite samples at the trade show alone. That, folks, is unheard of. We've never done that before, and that's in part due to the beauty of the product, but also our amazing, brilliant BPSs working with our partners and having them collide to make that sale possible. We've also offered an array of photo frames that you've seen in the video. There's over 28 photo frames of those 78 items available in photo frames right now. They're in stock. This product's flying off the shelves. In fact, folks, of those 79 items, we've already shipped over 60,000 corner samples in the first, I would say, 60 days of launch, because we didn't launch January 1. We launched the last week of January. So in just 2 months alone, this company has shipped over 60,000 corner samples, and there's a bushel of corner samples still waiting to be processed and made. The good news is our awesome operations team is working feverishly to get those out. Our lead times for those products are coming down. I know Toronto is under 10 days. I think Atlanta's doing great. LA's doing fantastic. Everybody's working as hard as they can. Kind of looks like a little elf shop and things are moving, but the response has been incredible. So our collections are, as indicated in the video, the Arbor collection is a beautiful wood grain finish. It's a synthetic, organic feeling wood feel. And this is the hero shot of that product, offered in 4 beautiful different colors and an array of different motifs and profiles. So a beautiful, beautiful collection, very simple, very sleek, but yet very versatile in nature. We also launched our Eleganza line, and this line is a beautiful line inspired by the chagrin profile. We took the classic chagrin, which is that sea urchin shape and profile. We've adapted it to picture frame molding, never been done before, and we have it in a beautiful array of 3 colors. So both the black has a duality of the color of the black. The silver is brilliant, which has black and silver undertones, and then you have the bone feel. So it's bone with that beautiful kind of vanilla feeling in it. It's a really beautiful texture, and the sides of the product are also a different texture. So it really adds to the allure of the product. We've also launched Vintage, and I've shared with you at Vintage. Vintage has been around since day one when John Guerreri and Nino started the business, but this is a whole different take on Vintage. This is where I talk about we have exactly new finishes. So every finish that you see, the golds, the silvers, the pewters, the rose golds, are all brand new formulas. The actual motif itself, so the shape and the profile are very different. So this is not some 1987 molding that you slap some different paint on it, bring it to the show and say it's brand new. Not here, folks. This from A to Z has been redesigned, redeveloped, and I mean, this is the hero shot here. Just a brilliant, very versatile product. Brands have been asking for this product. Our BPSs are doing a fantastic job. And I have to make a note and a shout out to the 5-Minute Journal. It's my 2 friends, UJ and Mr. Alex Icon, both really awesome friends. And so I had to do a little plug for them, and that's their journal. So if you need a journal, use 5-Minute Journal. Okay, and Ramino is the last of the collection. So that's all our floater frames. So we have a really nice wood grain floater frame, or we have the golds, the silvers, with a very durable finish. So I encourage you to look at the finish of that gold, silver, black floater frame. We've been experimenting different things. We've been experimenting with different woods, and at first out of the gate, we're really excited about how that product came to life. So folks, it's easy to stand up here and talk about how good you are. In fact, my dad always taught me you should never, say how good you are. Other people should tell you if you're good or not. And so as a result, Tanya and Lloyd have went out and asked partners, what do you think of Roma's newest collection? And this is a partner of ours in Solana Beach, California, beautiful place in California. These 2 individuals are beautiful people, always happy, upbeat. In fact, they come in the booth every year with huge hugs. They party with us till the wee hours in the morning, and it's not uncommon that they're in the booth and singing songs and just having a really great time. Their names are Yael and Nadia and Jimmy in the middle there. Really, really great people, and this is what they had to say.
We're loving Roma's new inventions, especially the Stingray Texture Eleganza, adorning the much appreciated big and gentle swoop profile Roma is famous for. Not only is the light-colored molding, aka bone shagreen, super hip for today's demands of white frames, but also has that special gray finish catching the light with every dot. Just fantastic designer quality goods. The Vintage line, another great option for our clientele, is an edgy inventiveness and a very hip line. The Arbor line's white and natural finishes are perfect, not boring like a regular white frame usually can be. It's hued absolutely perfectly, and I was honestly surprised that I would end up liking a simple line so much. But I do. Bravo, Roma. You've done it yet again, and that directly benefits my business and the love that I have for framing.
So let's give it up for Yael and the team and Nadia there. And so if you're ever interested, beautiful people, check them out, onceuponaframe.com. They're brilliant. If you're ever in Solana Beach, believe me, just knock on the door. They'll make you feel like family right out of the gate. So that brings me to the West Coast Art and Frame Show. And if anybody knows, we have one trade show a year, and this is the only trade show we do. It's in January of every year, and this year was like no other. We showed up probably the best way ever. I've never seen the team step up to this level. I got to give a shout out to Joey who you all know, who worked tirelessly to make that trade show experience amazing, from every molding to the cut to the planograms to the assembly, the disassembly. He also puts up with me half the time, which I'm sure is not easy, but thank you. Not supposed to clap at that. But all kidding aside, Joey's great, and yeah, brother, I couldn't do it without you, so thank you for that. So it's the West Coast Art and Frame Show. This year we did something different. We created a theme for the experience. Again, we always try to elevate our game. And this year we did We Are. So the theme was We Are, like who we are, but not who we are as a company, but who we are as an industry. And so we created this huge manifesto. So it's a manifesto of who we are as picture framers, as designers, as creatives, as the crazy ones. And we created this and we put it across the entire booth. So the booth is 50 feet by 20 feet. And this was about 20 feet by 6 feet wide. Folks, it was amazing. And people were standing in front of it and taking photos and selfies and videos. And in fact, there's a partner of ours that has a really cool shop in California. He actually wants to put this on the side of his entire building. We're just working out some of the legalities there, but an incredible manifesto. Folks, this was created by Melissa and Marianne within our own organization. So let's give it up for them. And so without further ado, I'm not going to read this manifesto, but we have a cool voiceover. I want you to listen to it.
We are makers, breakers, idea shakers, storytellers, vision sellers, trend hatchers, color matchers, all your biggest moment catchers. Teachers, designers, masters, creators, builders, inventors, world decorators. Crafting by hand, extravagant plans, dreaming of colors from faraway lands. Taking chances, artistic trances, paint and art supply romances. We express our ideas, emotions, and views. The pursuit of a beautiful world is our muse. Inspired by life, by dreams and ambitions, eager to carry out old world traditions. The love of our craft and the skills we've learned are some of the things we're proud to have earned. Linked by a passion that we all share, obsessed, blessed, in an art affair.
Folks, let's give it up, folks. Really, really beautifully done. We have cards that we sent out to our partners, and it's just beautiful. So we also took a moment to ask our BPSs how the experience was. Because, you oftentimes show up and you try to do your best for your customers, which are very important, your partners, but how is the experience for our own team? We fly in, we're very unique, we fly in all our sales teams. So the entire team flies in from across Canada and the US. We diverge into Las Vegas, we have a trade show, we have a sales meeting, we have a lot of fun and everything in between. So here's what the BPSs had to say.
My overall experience with the WCAF and sales meeting with Roma is always a great start to my year.
My experience at the show was just great. The booth, it just has its own way of being, its own finesse. I had the opportunity to work with new partners and existing partners. And also I had the opportunity to work alongside my colleagues.
We had a great time and I learned a lot and met a lot of partners. It was wonderful.
The booth was definitely high energy this year. The fact that even during what one would call lull periods really didn't exist because there was a constant flow of visitors, new partners, old partners.
This year's sales meeting was amazing. They run for 3 hours and it goes by so fast and we always go past the time limit. I get to see my Roma family, which is always a bonus because I never get to see them enough.
I loved the sales meeting. I thought the energy was good. I learned about the new products as well as meeting all of the team members.
The sales meeting left me energized and uplifted.
I felt great. I felt really pumped. I I actually felt so motivated.
It was such a great opportunity to get to know everyone and to actually meet the people I've been talking to regularly.
We learn about the achievements that we've made prior year and also set goals for the year ahead of us.
I also had the opportunity to learn more about my teammates, how they do things. You know, each of us have our strong suits, and we can use our strong suits to help one another.
A+. It was great from the very beginning to the end. It was wonderful to meet everyone. It was great to have Tanya there to facilitate signing up new partners and to check on things for us and help us out.
Las Vegas is always a great place to have a lot of fun, especially with the partners.
It gets me excited to show my partners the new moldings that we bring in, and also to meet new partners that come in that I haven't met before.
The way everything was put together, it just promotes an ambiance and to be able to conversate about our products.
It was a great experience.
It was great. Great show.
It's a great way to start my year.
All right, guys, let's give it up for the sales team. And so so truth be told, this morning I walked in a little bit late, and because I had an appointment, then bring my daughter to preschool, and I come in and I come up the stairs, and I hear this voice. It's a very distinct Puerto Rican voice, and I thought it was like a voicemail, or I thought they were doing like a video for the all hands meeting, and then someone showed up. So can this someone please make their way to the stage? Just give it up for this somebody, and it's Eric Casillas. Please put your hands together. Thank you for coming, brother. I really appreciate you being here. And I gotta say, man, I don't know where you look better, in person or on video, but this guy, and he's always sporting.
My wife.
It's always the wife.
She's the one that
Totally.
makes me look good.
But he's always sporting Roma Moulding gear. He makes it himself. He came in and brought gifts for everyone. So a little background of Eric, and then I'll let you talk, Eric. Eric is our BPS, one of our leaders in Florida. He takes care of the entire state of Florida. He also takes care of Puerto Rico and the Caribbean. Tough place to take care of. But Eric, you're an incredible man. I know you went through some challenges of your own in your life, but you know we're always here for you. And then you're here and you surprise us, and you took time out of your own day and away from your family to be here with us, and it's a total surprise for me. And I'm not really good on surprises, but this is a brilliant surprise. So I'd love to hear from you.
Well, what I can say is that I love working for Roma. I love what I do. Been doing this for 40 years. So if I had to do something else, it would be a pretty hard thing to do. But do this. I like I said, I love what I do. My family, my wife, she's always there. I always tell Tony that you get two for the price of one, because my wife is always there to help and make me better. And when I look at things a little bit different, she's always bringing me back in line. So, baby, I love you. And the whole team, Roma team, you guys, you always make it, customer care. And the boss, Jefa, I love you. And that's about it.
Cool.
Thank you.
I want to ask you before you get off the stage, brother. Eric and his wife always come in and do the setup. So it is a super deal. We get 2 for 1 for sure. But if you can, just in a nutshell, how would you express this year's West Coast Art and Frame Show from your vantage point?
I would say that it's like I said, it has its own. The West Coast Show has its own ambiance. It's like you say, it's a Super Bowl, and we get to play in it. That's the best way I could bring it all. Say it. It's just you get pumped. You're waiting. You feel like it's like before a game. You get all the butterflies, and you just want to make it right, and you want to talk to your partners, and you want to make sure that everybody is taken care of.
And what's your most memorable moment, G-rated, of the Las Vegas show?
The best time I have is when I'm setting up, with my, with the team. We joke around, hanging out with the teammates. That's the best time I could say that's the most memorable, because we only do it once a year. So when we get all together, we bother one another and we have a good time.
Totally. And what do you want to say to everybody watching today about what they can expect from Roma in 2019?
Well, the only thing I can say is we're just going to kick butt. That's all.
All right, drop the mic, brother. Give it up for Eric. Awesome. So let's head on into the show. So partner experience, very important. We've seen a slew of partners come into that trade show space. Although the show was down in numbers and attendance, it was, despite what people say, it was down in attendance because we're obsessed, we're watching. Certainly was down, but we certainly did our own. We certainly showed up amazing. We were certainly one of the busiest, if not the busiest booth of the West Coast Art and Frame Show. So our awesome partners keep coming out. We also created some really memorable experiences. You heard from Eric, not only internally. Kudos to Joanne. I like how you said, it's a 3-hour meeting and we always go over. The footnote there is I always ask first if I can go over. And all kidding aside, it's a lot of fun. We go deep into some numbers, but I would say we go much deeper into relationships. So that's always a fun time. And certainly our product is the highlight of the West Coast Art and Frame Show. This is a photo of Joanne and Jen, 2 other individuals that come and set up the trade show booth with us the night before. We set up on a Saturday night. We start around 7 p.m. and we usually go to 10, 11 o'clock p.m. And they're there the whole time. Eric, his wife, Joey, Tanya, Lloyd, and a number of other awesome people. So product's very important. And folks, don't ever underestimate having fun. I think, I have a 3-year-old daughter, and all she wants to do is have fun. And I kind of feel I'm that same guy, but somewhere along the line, I had lost that as being an adult. You kind of feel you're an adult. You can't have as much fun anymore. I changed the paradigm for that in my life. Everything I do, I want to have a whole lot of fun. And judging by that photo there, those aren't staged photos. Those aren't even professional photos. That's Tanya, who bought this new selfie stick online. Took this photo of us, and again, memories will last forever. And so, folks, we bring a video crew and photography crew for one reason only: to document the amazing things that happen at the show, for all our team members to see exactly what transpires there. I encourage you to look into the customer's eyeballs in this video to see what they're seeing, the experience. You're all part of this show, whether you show up or not. So I want you to take a look, sit back, and enjoy this feature film. Take care. Hey, good morning, guys. We're here at the West Coast Art and Frame Show. There is a lot of buzz and excitement in the air for sure. Here we have our manifesto on the wall, and as you can see, partners and friends alike are taking photos of it. We have a packed booth. Customers are really coming in, and they're really looking forward to seeing, the new products that we have. There is tons of excitement. The show is just getting started, and the day and the week ahead is going to be great. So many exciting things, so stay tuned. Welcome, everyone. How's it going? Everything good? The one thing they always state in every conference is whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. See, you guys are thinking this is going to be your run-of-the-mill, boring conference sales meeting that you need toothpicks to keep your eyes open. Well, not the ones we run. I'm going to encourage you guys to engage as much as you can in the conversation, engage in the exercises we're going to have, engage in the questions, because when I look at you and if you put your head down or your eyes to the left or the right, I'm picking you. And if anybody knows me, I'm all about the culture of our organization. I'm all about curating the right people for the right roles that are going in the right direction for the right reason. So, you guys ready to dive in? This is the best sales team the industry has to offer. So whoever's sitting at this table is the brightest, the best, the sharpest, the most knowledgeable, the most charismatic. So individually, yeah, you could be a rock star, but in order for a company to win, you need a culmination of people working together, driving for the same results, guided by the same values, aligned together as one cohesive, beastly team. My personal goal is that you guys leave as 10s, that you guys leave inspired, that you guys leave with your creative tank full. That's my goal. This is a rally call, because if you're not, an idea maker, a breaker, a storyteller, a vision seller, if you're not linked by passion, if you're not obsessed and blessed, we don't want you. This is who we want. This is a rally call. You gotta be passionate. You gotta talk in a poem. You gotta recite words that inspire people. And if anybody knows me, I am not scared to fail. I am not scared to fail. If you wanna climb, those high peaks, those high mountains, if you wanna overcome challenges, if you wanna defy the odds, if you wanna deliver wow through service, you gotta be trying new things. There's a time in your life, I believe, when everything starts to just click into gear, and I feel like we've hit that today. And I really think all the pieces are in place, all the people are in place. You're here around this table for a specific reason. In order for a customer to love or buy from you, you yourself have to love the organization. And I can't say that enough. People buy from people that are happy in their roles. People buy from people that they see excitement. People buy from people that are ambassadors, because we want the best team ever. We want people that are enrolled. We don't want the naysayers. We're not interested with people who tell us how it's not gonna happen. I already know 100 reasons why shit's not gonna happen. I'm actually not interested in it. I am interested in how we're gonna make things epic. Just remember to have fun, guys. It's a show. No one wants to come into a booth that there's not smiling, happy people. So I want to see a lot of chiclets and a lot of welcoming, a lot of teamwork. Our partners, believe it or not, are watching us. I know our competitors are watching us. But most importantly, let's all just have a lot of fun. May we have a great show. May we have a lot of fun. And may we wow the world. Team Roma, here we go. 1, 2, 3, Roma. 1, 2, 3, Roma! Have a great show. Have a great show. There's been a lot of work from myself and John and our Italian suppliers to create, and with a lot of your feedback, by the way, to create what we have for 2019. We got a lot of great things in store for today, guys. A lot of anticipation. We got a lot of customers looking forward to visiting with us. So I'm gonna quickly walk you through the space, and then as we go through, feel free to ask questions. Okay? So this is obviously our Roma 1 section. We have Roma Elite obviously there, our new section which we'll get to, and our Simply Roma section. Why this looks so beautiful is because we don't jam all the whites just together. If you see other companies, they just load as many corners on the wall as possible. We're the opposite. There is no by accident in this show space. We've never gone as deep as we have in curating the best year at our company ever. So this is our new Roma Elite feature wall. Again, very, very proud of this collection. We brought the red, the yellow again to show people what we can do. So if you have a partner doing a certain collection, we can get the Pantone and make it exactly to that color for them, an exclusive run. There's going to be people that used to work with us, partner-wise, that will come in this time and will be wowed. You cannot walk in this booth and not be wowed by this collection. If someone is not wowed, bring them to me. We will take their pulse because they're probably dead or should be dead. One of the two. One of the two. I just want to say it was really great seeing you all in action today. See, they're clapping for us outside. It was really great seeing you all in action. People want to deal with the better companies in the industry, and they're coming to us, and we're very blessed for that. People continue to say, you know, I love coming in the Roma booth. There's always something fresh. There's always something new, and your team's always there to greet me. From your customer care team to your sales team, you know, to your products, you have a remarkable company. We're very loyal to you, they said, to our company. And I don't know about you guys, but that's really what you want to hear at these trade shows. We're not perfect. We will never be. But, you know, when you could make up all the other attributes, it just makes being at the show, in my opinion, worthwhile. Great show, everybody. I just want to say thank you so much. All right, there you have it, folks. There you have it. So special thanks to Arthur, who is our resident videographer, who's done a remarkable job following us around, and Paul in the back, but just remarkable how they've been able to capture that event. So I'm happy you enjoyed that feature. So I do at this point want to really send out a huge gratitude to the team, not only to the team who puts the West Coast Art and Frame show together and our new products together. But this is where I want to do a shout out to our awesome production team who are making this all hands meeting happen now. We have people behind this screen making this show happen. We have people behind me making this show happen. We have people to the left of me, right of me, making this show happen. And if we can just give them a round of applause, folks, it's very important. And with that said, folks, we are at the halftime show of this all hands meeting. It's halfway through the event, so we're halfway done. So this is the time where I usually ask you to all stand. We can do a small stretch. So small stretch, if you can get up, great. If you can put your hands up, great. You know, sway them, right? Good. Everybody okay? Great. All right, now you can sit down. All right. No dancing, Rob, please, no dancing. So it's the halftime show, and every all hands meeting, we do slightly something different for the halftime show just to break it up. This year, we've done our annual Roma Wish charity burger smash event where team members, family, friends come together to see who can smash a Big Mac combo. So it's a Big Mac, fries, and a drink. In the fastest amount of time possible. All the proceeds, so everybody that actually is eating the event has donated money to be part of the event, and actually team members have also donated to be part of it. So it's a small little short video. I hope you watch it, enjoy and be entertained.
happy to participate in this event. It's something different. You walk into a lot of places and it's all about business, business, business. Here, people like to have some fun. I'm happy to participate.
When they asked me to come back, especially for it being such a great cause, it uplifts me and I'm just so happy to be back and seeing everybody. It just makes me feel so happy.
Folks, there you have it. It's a small little burger smash event. We actually, I think we had 12. Is it true? We had 12 individuals. So a trophy went out to the Sarah Spano who won, who smashed. She even bet the guys, which is pretty damn awesome. And so we have a guy award and we have a girl award because that's just what we do. But no one has yet broken the world record at Roma, and the world record is 1 minute and 38 seconds to completely jam-pack fries, a Big Mac combo, and an entire drink down the shaft of your throat without throwing up. And I'm proud to say that record is still held by John Guerreri. Let's give it up to John. Okay, so here are our champions. No one was hurt in the incident. And our good friends at McDonald's, Pine Valley and Highway 7, lovely people. If you're ever in the area, please go see them. They're lovely. They have a great culture within their organization, and they actually donated all the Big Mac combos for the Roma Wish Foundation. So really, really nice. We're blessed to have great people around us. And so at this juncture, folks, I want to keep going. We got a few more things to cover. But at this juncture, I want to call up yours and mine, Mr. Michael Pallotta. Please give it up.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. So, I know Mary Malfair, you're watching, and, Michael just came back from Jamaica. He's still on some island time, so just give him some. But I'm not sure who has the darker tan, so we'll see, Mary.
Great. Thank you, Tony. Once again, it's a privilege to be here in front of each and every one of you speaking at another all-hands meeting. Welcome. A big shout out as well to our warehouses in Los Angeles, New Jersey, Atlanta, watching live stream, as well as to all our BPSs, our partners, and our suppliers abroad. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to listen to what we have to say. Today I'll be covering two areas. I'll be going through operations in the first half, and in the latter part I'll be discussing some financial issues as well. So if we talk about operations, in 2018, the ops team came together, latter part of 2018, to set up some goals, targets, KPIs. And in true Roma fashion, we always love setting that bar at the highest level possible in order to show that we can be overachievers. And it's important to look at some of these KPIs. So the first one we'll be discussing is on-time delivery. Now, on-time delivery, some of you may ask, what does that mean? On-time delivery is an internal KPI or matrix that we use here to monitor our production floor to determine, based on orders that we receive, where we have inventory on hand, where we have the order that's not being held up for any reason, how quickly or how capable is our team able to get that completed order out to our partners. And our goal for 2019 was set at 98%. As I mentioned, Roma always loves to set that bar high, so at 98%. And so how do we do in the first quarter, the first 3 months of the year? Well, I'm happy to announce that we are at 95%. So I think that deserves a huge round of applause for all our production members. That means that for every order that we get in, that we have all the resources available to complete, 95% of the time, we're getting it out the door. So that is excellent. If we dig into the specific warehouses, in Toronto, we're at 93%. So great work to Jory and his team here. In California, we're at 98%. So Anthony, I know your Poly team right now is high-fiving each other, and rightfully so. That is an excellent number to achieve, 98%. In New Jersey, we're at 97%. Brian, excellent numbers. In Atlanta, we are at 91%. Atlanta, unfortunately, we did have some challenges at the beginning of the year, in January and latter part of 2018. But over the weeks and the months, we were slowly creeping up to higher numbers, and I know that that number would just keep going higher to 95 and even 98. So great work to Julio and his team out in Atlanta. Inventory fill rate. This is not a KPI that we have set to monitor as a goal, but it's very important to monitor it internally. So our inventory fill rate, which is otherwise known as a back order rate, which affects all our partners to determine whether or not we have inventory in our stock to deliver our products. I'm very happy to announce that we are at 98%. So that means, exactly, that means that our back order rate is only 2%. So we have over 1,500 SKUs. We have over four warehouses. And for us to hit 98% of inventory and only 2% back order, that's tremendous. And that is a true testament to the team that we have that is fulfilling this process. And so a big shout out goes to Daniela Avino, who currently is on maternity leave. So Daniela, she just had a baby boy. So congratulations to her and her husband Tommaso on their addition of their new family member, Thomas. So I think Daniela, on behalf of Roma, congratulations. A big round of applause for her. Although she's on maternity leave, she is still in constant communication with the team here via emails, via phone calls, whatever the case is. It's almost like she's never left. And so Daniela, my hat off to you. You're doing a great job. Keep up the great work. In addition to that, we also had someone step in over the last couple of months to a new position, and that's Marianne Guerreri. Marianne as well. Congratulations. You're doing a great job. Absolutely. A great job. She's staying on top of emails, communicating with suppliers, communicating with each and every one of us, giving us updates. And so between her and Daniela, 98% is a tremendous achievement. And last but not least, although limited involvement, but he's still involved when he needs to be involved, and that's John Guerreri, who ensures that Daniela and Marianne stay focused, and he's there to provide any advice, any involvement he needs to get with suppliers. So between the three of them, excellent. Thank you very much. Fill rate. So fill rate is an external KPI. This is the one that we monitor day in and day out. Everyone's aware of the fill rate and what the numbers are. The reason fill rate is so important to us is because it impacts the partner. And as Tony's mentioned, it's the customer experience that's very important. And the fill rate is how many orders or what percentage of our orders are being completed in full. Whether we have inventory, whether we don't have inventory, whether an order is on hold for whatever reason, be it credit, whether there's missing information on an order. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the partner just wants that order in his hand. So our fill rate goal is 95%. Again, true Roma fashion, put it up high. We are currently at 91%. And again, that is excellent. That is an average for the first 3 months. If you look at it currently in the past, like this morning I looked at it, and every warehouse is around 92, 93%. So we're creeping slowly up to the mid-90s, but this is an average for the last 3 months. So 91%, great work. In Toronto, we're at 90%. Joe and his team, excellent. We have, specific details that we have to look at here in Toronto because we're dealing with artwork, we're dealing with photo frames, we're dealing with specific projects. But at 90%, excellent job. In California, again, Anthony, rocking it at 94%. And he also has specific fulfillment projects he's working on as well. That's very detailed, and he's doing a great job there. In New Jersey, we are at 92%. Brian, his territory is a little bit more, I want to say a little bit more hands-on because it's Manhattan in New York, and there's specific requests. And again, at 92%, kudos to you and your team. In Atlanta, unfortunately, at 88% as an average over the 3 months. But again, we're creeping slowly up to the 90, 91. And Julio and his gang there, I'm very confident that over the next couple months or the next time I'm up here at another all-hands meeting, we'll be in the low 90s to not mid-90s. Internal cost of poor quality, another very important KPI that we're focusing on in 2019. Our goal, 5.5%. Unfortunately, we're at 7.2%. So it's not where we want to be. We're not hiding anything. We know that we need to work on this. We have done certain things. We're going to continue doing specific things to deal with this. This is a major initiative for us. Some of the items that we've done is we've looked at molding that's had specific issues with. We've had some finishes that are very delicate that we need to make alterations to. And so in communication with our suppliers, we've done that. In the past month or so, we sent out 13 new samples to address those issues. So partners out there, if your BPS hasn't visited you yet with your new samples for these 13 items, please contact them. We'll ship you out the new samples. It's very important that these samples mirror to what we actually are receiving from our suppliers due to the changes we've made. Another part of the program is the quality cards that we're issuing with every replacement that we send out. We're continuously doing that. We're continuously going through the checklist on replacements to ensure that if we did have an issue with the first order that went out, that the replacement is going out perfectly. And we're ensuring that the cards are completed, they're being inspected, the products, and having that product at a high standard. So DC update. I just want to give you a quick update on the different DCs. We start off with sunny California. Here's a great picture of Anthony and his team. Anthony breaking some moves. I'm not sure if that's hip-hop or rap or maybe retro 80s. I don't know what that is, but Anthony, keep rocking it. Let's sit back and let's listen to what Anthony has to say in the ongoings in California.
Hey everybody, good morning. It's Anthony in LA. Just want to give you a quick update on what's been going on in our facility. A couple of things we've been working on, leaning out each department, making things more efficient for the line to move down, labeling everything, putting everything in place, keeping everything lean and clean going down. Another thing is reorganizing our racking, putting our high moving material on the bottom so it's easy to access for the departments, and our not so high moving material toward the top. Labeling everything, making things more efficient for the guys in each department. And lastly, what we've been doing is reorganizing our aisles, putting everything in numerical order, so that when we're picking orders for each department, it's a lot more efficient and easy to move and bring them down and get your orders out in time and a lot faster out the door. So that's what we've been working on. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you guys.
Perfect. Thank you, Anthony. And in New Jersey, here's a picture of Brian and his team. Quite familiar faces there. There are a few people there have been with Roma for a while, so it's great to see the whole team there. Let's listen to what Brian has to say.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Harvey and I'm the DC leader here in New Jersey, and I want to talk to everyone today about some projects that we've been working on so far in 2019. The first project that we've undertaken was to relocate our highest molding movers and move them closer to the production floor. We wanted to be more efficient in our picking, and this will obviously help our overall fill rate and our lead times to our partners. A second project that we've undertaken was to make our supplies more visual. So what we've done within our racking system is that we've put our core supplies that we use on a daily basis, and we've put placards to show when we should be reordering and when. So this will make everything more visual within our operation. Once again, thank you for being a partner of Roma. Have a great day.
Great. Thank you, Brian. And here in Toronto, Joey and the great team here, all smiles on their faces. Again, you look at the picture, quite a few people here have been here for a while, and that's great to see. So let's hear what Joey has to say with the ongoings in Toronto.
Hey guys, rock and roll. A couple things we're doing in our warehouse. On January 1st, we launched our WMS system, which is our scanning system. We're working through a couple of little bugs. It's going great. It's giving us better accuracy in our inventory and our finished goods. Also, it's our 5S movement. We are continuing that in our warehouse. You'll see everything labeled, marked, cards being outlined, where everything goes. So some great stuff happening. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Joey. And last but not least, Atlanta. So as I mentioned earlier, Atlanta, we had some challenges in the beginning of the year, in the latter part of 2018. But we now have Julio Celar, part of our operations team there. He's the operations leader in Atlanta, and he's done a great job. And as I mentioned, those numbers keep creeping higher and higher in Atlanta. And under Julio's supervision there, they've been doing a great job. Some of you may know this, some may not. There was an email that went out yesterday regarding Julio. Julio will be taking a short leave with us, unfortunately. He has to attend his daughter who went through some surgery. So Julio, our prayers are with you, your family, your daughter for a speedy recovery. We are looking forward to having you come back soon, hopefully within the next 60 or 90 days. But good luck with everything. And as I mentioned, you will always be in our hearts and our minds throughout the next couple of months. So a couple of facts about Julio. First one, he moved to the USA from Colombia at the age of 6. So not only am I going to have to see Oscar Ramirez here running around with the Colombian flag during World Cup, I'm going to have to see Julio in Atlanta with the Colombian flag. So it's going to be a little touch and go there. But there's one fact there. Second fact about Julio is his core value number 4 is his favorite core value. Build a positive team and family environment. And the last is his favorite snack is plantain chips. So I guess one way to get to his heart is offer him some plantain chips. So here's a picture of the Great Atlanta team, and I love it. The game begins now. So Julio with his team there, excellent work. Also a big shout out to Kaylee Ricks, who's stepped in prior to Julio's arrival to ensure that the team keeps moving forward there, and she's done a great job. And again, we really thank you, Kaylee, for everything you've done and you continue to do for Roma. So let's sit back and listen to what Julio has to say.
Good morning, Roma team. Happy Thursday. Here in Atlanta, we are actually working on cleaning our warehouse and also our workstations to make it nice and neat, more presentable. We're also working on organizing our shelves, our supplies into one area to maximize our space. And lastly, we're moving workstations around to make our productivity to make it more productive and also more efficient. So that is the 3 things that we're working on. That we've been working on. Thank you and have a great day.
Great. Thank you, Julio. And again, speedy recovery to your daughter, and we wish you all the best. So now let's flip over to the finance side, so the financial review. As you know, and I've mentioned this many times in the past, Roma Moulding is a private corporation. So I'm not really able to share confidential financial information with the team here over this type of venue. But what I will do is over the next several weeks, I'll be issuing out an email to your leaders. And your leaders will be able to share that information with you to give you a synopsis of what's transpired over 2018, how we've done, how we've fared, what we've done right, what we haven't done properly, or what we need to do more of, and as well as the financial performance of the company. So you're all aware of where we're at. And I also intend to do that on a regular basis throughout 2019 to keep everyone abreast of how we're progressing financially at Roma. As well, the finance team in 2018, latter part 2018, sat together to come up with our budgets and goals. And I'm happy to announce that the 2019 budget was approved late January by the board of directors. And each leader now has the budget in their hands so that we can continue to monitor how we're doing on a monthly basis. We want to ensure that we stick to budget, whether it's sales, whether it's expenses, whatever the case is, to monitor that so that by the end of the year, we are in a financial position that we want to be. Also goals. We also set goals, KPIs on the finance team, be it financial reporting on a monthly basis, be it accounts receivable, day sales outstanding, etc. So kudos to the finance team as well. And last, gratitude. Basically, I have 2 gratitudes to give today. One is, first of all, to each and every one of you as part of the Roma team. Without you, I wouldn't be up here standing. Without your passion, without your commitment, your dedication, I know each and every one of you have Roma's best interest in mind. Not only are we making Roma the best company in the industry, we're also making Roma the best company out in the company world, the corporate world. And again, it's with your help, it's with your dedication, your efforts that this is possible. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you do day in and day out. My second gratitude, as you know, I've been involved slightly more with operations over the past couple of months, also assisting Tony and the sales team, and I've shied away a bit from finance. So my gratitude goes out to Oscar Ramirez. Oscar's done a fabulous job at continuously looking at finance, working with the team. I'm very confident that I can walk away from finance and deal with other issues and know that things are getting done, and things are getting done accurately, professionally, whatever the case is. He's doing a fabulous job between himself and his team, Mary and Diana, they don't miss a beat, whether it's payroll, whether it's filing requirements with the Internal Revenue in the U.S. or with the Revenue Agency here in Canada, or all the other slew of filing requirements that are done. And trust me, there are a slew of them that need to be done on a regular basis, and it's very important that they get done, because the last thing we want is any government authority knocking on our doors. And they're doing a perfect job. They're doing it accurately, on a timely basis. So Oscar, and to the team, thank you very much for making my life easier. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Now, if you do have any questions, I can be reached at 344, or anything to discuss, or for those people here, when you see me, just pull me to the side. I'd be happy to have any discussion with you, listen to your ideas. The more ideas we have, the better we can become. At this point, I'd like to, and bear with me because I'm going to try to announce our next speaker, who is our Director of Culture and Talent in her native tongue, Serbian. I'm going to pronounce her last name. I'm sure I'll get it right. Olga Chanic. Let's welcome Olga to the screen. To the stage.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Michael. I'm going to make Michael an honorary Serb. And Michael, just for the record, there's like a tropical drink for you over there since you're back from vacation, so you can enjoy now because you're off stage. And now I get to do it. So hi, everybody. How's it going? Let's make some noise. Come on. You're still awake out there? So I'm going to discuss all the goings-on in culture and talent and kind of take you through what's been going on since our last all-hands meeting in November. So currently we have 3 new career opportunities that are available. 2 of those 3 opportunities are actually sales-based opportunities. So one is a BPS for Los Angeles, the greater LA and coast. Another one is Maryland, DC, Virginia, and Delaware. And the third one is a position right here in HQ for an accounts receivable clerk working with Oscar and the amazing team in finance. So if you are someone that is currently watching out there and thinks, this seems like a pretty fun place to work, I want to hear from you. So check us out. Here's where you can check us out. Roma Moulding. .com/careers, and we also do have a referral bonus for team members. So please do, if you have someone that you've worked with in the past that you feel would be an amazing team member, please do refer them. Would love to meet with them and speak with them further. So 360 reviews. Again, it's that time of year. We're just wrapping up that process right now. We do have some team leaders that have been sent out their information and downloaded all the information that was done through SurveyMonkey. We had a couple scragglers that are just kind of tying up those loose ends and a couple of team members that are finishing that up. But I just want to remind everyone, this is that opportunity to get that feedback. So one of our core values is open and honest and transparent communication. The team's been amazing with providing that to us. And we definitely want to make sure that you guys are also providing that same information to your leaders. So this is a great opportunity when your leader schedules that meeting for you to go through the 360 information, that you go through how you feel you're doing at Roma, what potentially you see yourself doing. Perhaps you're someone right now that it's an operations role, and perhaps you want to move to a different department or a different role. So I urge you to have those robust conversations with your leader. So looking forward to that taking place. And I want to get your feedback, people, too. So please let me know if you thought the process went well. Obviously, I'd love to hear that. But if you felt like there were glitches and there are areas we can improve on, I want to hear that as well. So since the last all-hands meeting, we have introduced 8 amazing new team members to the Roma family, and I'm briefly going to take you through all those new members. So first we have Paul Cashin. Paul is in the audience. I know he's here. Paul is our new BPS, and he's the business partner specialist for Central and Southwestern Ontario. So let's give Paul a hand. Then we have Elam Pula. Elam is here in the audience. She works in our DC right here, and she's doing amazing things, helping our team here in Woodbridge produce some beautiful frames. So Elam, welcome to you as well. We have Zabita Khan. So Zabita actually works very closely with Oscar and the team in credit and in accounts receivable, and she's our new accounts receivable clerk, and she just started. So this week is her first week. So Zabita, welcome to the family. Kwanjo Okai. So Kwanjo is our newest team member on the production floor in Atlanta. So Atlanta team, Kwanjo, hello to you. Welcome to the team. Martin Ghana. So Martin physically started here on Monday at our DC in Woodbridge. So this is day 4 for him. And I know I saw him. He's wearing a football jersey today of his favorite team. I think it was Barcelona. So we're going to cheer on a number of teams. So Martin, welcome to you. Then we have another BPS. Juliet Singh is our BPS, and she's supporting Manhattan and Long Island, New York. Juliet, I've communicated with her many times. If you have an opportunity, reach out to her. She's absolutely lovely to speak with. Juliet, welcome again to the team. And then, as Michael had already mentioned, we have Julio, who is our DC leader in Atlanta. And it's been amazing having him on board. He really is relating well to the team. He's a fluent Spanish speaker. And now I know he's a lover of all things plantain chips. So next time I come out, I'll have to bring him some. So please do your best to welcome Julio as well. Now, the last one, last but certainly not least, as Michael has described, Marianne has moved on to go to operations. So she's doing purchasing and just absolutely killing it and helping the team immensely. As a result of that, Olivia Zorarski actually has joined our team. And it's week 3 for Olivia. So not only is it week 3, but it's all hands meeting week. So she's been running around all day. So Olivia, welcome to the team. And next all hands meeting, it'll be no problem. You'll be an absolute pro. So as always, after our all hands meetings, we send out a survey. This time out, it's actually going to be our all hands meeting survey. And as usual, it'll go out tomorrow. It'll go out via SurveyMonkey. So everything is completely confidential. I'm not going to know who's saying what from what DC. We definitely want your feedback on that. 8 questions. It's relatively quick. It's going to take you 5 minutes to do. It's 1 click, so please do participate in that. The last question in that survey will be our internal Net Promoter Score question. Would you recommend Roma to your family and friends? So please, I urge everyone to participate and please be involved in that. So now we're going to talk about all things culture team. So what's going on? So who are these amazing people here? So this is the culture team. So we got Tony, Melissa, Marianne, we got Olivia, myself, and Tanya Ferrero. Yay, representing, yay. We also have Mary. So Mary's currently on vacation. So we'll probably have to do a new picture when Mary comes back, and she'll be very tanned. So Mary, I hope you're on a beach somewhere, perhaps with a beverage, because it is noon now, right? So hopefully it's an alcoholic beverage, but we look forward to having you back. So what is the focus of the culture team? We have 3 main focuses. Our number 1 focus is the Roma Wish mission, which you will hear more about from Tony, because we're gonna let the cat out of the bag today and let you know where it is we're going. Please, 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 if you are interested in that mission, I would love to speak with you further. It's really a life-changing thing to be involved in a Roma mission, so I would strongly urge for those that are interested, please come speak to a member of the culture team. We'd love to have you. We do culture events and tours, and as Tony's mentioned, we have a rather large tour coming up, which will be very exciting. We have 2 tours back-to-back. We have 1 tour on April 8th, and we have another large tour on April 9th. So you'll be hearing more about that here, HQ team. And obviously, employee experience. So I want to know how things are going, what we can improve upon. I also like to know from new hires, how can we improve the onboarding process? So definitely we want that feedback as well. Now I'm going to take you through our upcoming events. So we have an Easter surprise happening on Thursday, April 18th. The only thing I'll tell you, there might be a bunny ear or 2 involved, and I'll just leave it at that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a pop-up surprise here at HQ, and that is happening as well, and that's happening on Thursday, May 16th. So keep an eye out for that. We're not going to let you know. You'll find out what it is the day of. And then we have our famous potluck lunch happening, which is one of my favorite events. Maybe I'll get my mom to do something traditional Serbian and make her own phyllo dough or something. We'll see. But it's a great opportunity for us to all sit down, chat, get to know one another a bit more, have those conversations, and learn a little more about one another's culture through food. So my gratitude is going to be for the Atlanta DC. As Michael had mentioned briefly, they'd gone through quite a few challenges in the last little bit, but we have an absolutely amazing team there that constantly goes above and beyond to get things done for our partners, ensure that things go out in a timely fashion, and ensure they're doing their utmost to do what they can to get things done. So my gratitude this time out is to the team there. So Julio, Kaylee, the entire group there, you guys do amazing work, and you make us all look good. So thank you very much for doing that each and every day. So here's where you can reach me. I'm going to pronounce it properly like Michael did. I'm so impressed. So it's ochanich@romamoulding.com, or you can find me at extension 366. And that's it for me, guys. Thanks for listening, and I'm going to call Tony Guerreri back up on stage.
Boom. So, well done, Olga. Well done, Michael. You know, if there's two people that help me day in, day out here at this company, it's certainly Michael and Olga, aside from the people that help. You know, certainly want to give you guys gratitude and love. You guys are always there for me, so I really appreciate it. Guys, we're almost at the last stage of this. We are at the last stage of this all hands meeting. We have a few more little things we want to wrap up, and then we'll get you on your way. So here's what the people are saying. You folks know that throughout every all hands meeting, we get testimonials. We want to hear, we want to get the pulse of how we're doing, how we're not doing. And here's a testimonial from one of our dear friends, Hall of Frames, formerly known as USA Hall of Frames. Wonderful people. It's a family business. You know, family businesses make the backbone of America, and this is a classic family business. So I'm going to point to the screen. You have the father, Jay, there. Jay Kogan is an amazing guy. Boy, can he talk, but boy, do we love him. His two sons are awesome guys. We have the mom in the middle, and we have the Uncle Eddie right there as well. So everybody, a beautiful family. They've supported our company, you know, even before I was here. I think they've been partners for over 35 years with our company. Here's what they had to say.
Clean, elegant, woodsy, shimmery, textured, sleek, modern, homey, fun, luxurious, yet affordable. Roma Moulding has once again #nailed it. Your charming 2019 winter release is trendy meets timeless and is already well received by our customers and as social media eye candy. And the only thing better than your molding is your molding rep, Joe. Above and beyond, always responsive, endlessly helpful, ceaselessly smiling, Joe is a rep to be proud of and someone we are proud to call our friend. She's revived our molding walls and keeps us excited for many more Roma sales this spring. Thank you, Roma, and thank you, Joe.
So let's give it up for our friends at Hall of Fame. And we also have some wow shout-outs. So as Tanya Ferraro indicated, we did do those surveys, and we got some feedback. Some of the feedback that we want to share with you is real live phone feedback transcribed from our various team members. So here's what they had to say.
Your customer service group is wonderful. Dina and Terry Lynn, they always want to help and are always available. They always follow up. I can't complain at all. I have Dina's direct line. She's so cute. Overall, Roma's service is between good and fantastic. We used to email orders and now switched to web orders. It's working great for us. I rate Roma 10 out of 10. John Guerreri set me up with Roma. It doesn't get better than that. Every month I interact with my sales rep, and everyone I have dealt with at Roma has been very good. I would rate Roma 10 out of 10 and recommend them to my friends and family. Anytime there's an issue, you take good care of it. For the volume we do with you, there are very few issues. I would definitely hire Neil to work with me. You guys make the interaction super easy and love the relationship.
So while these are really great feedback, it's important that we hear directly from our customers. Now, we keep the actual partner's name anonymous because it's not important who said it, it's just important that it's been said. Now, we also have a slew of feedback in the middle and some down here. We're going to be transcribing some of this data over the next 3-4 months to really hone in and really make that customer experience super high or at an Excel level. You heard them use words like good and fantastic. You heard them use words like 10 out of 10. You heard them use words like, you guys make things better. I love my rep. I have that direct number. Roma makes my life easy. It's those things we want to double down on. How? We're going to figure it out. We're going to get this feedback. We're going to flush it to each other, and we're just going to amp up the game this year. So, it is my favorite part of the All Hands meeting, Core Value Awards. Core Value Awards are very simple. Core Value Awards are awards that we give to one another. So these are not awards that I sign off on or anything of that nature. That is awards by the people for the people. So if within the organization you have seen someone act in accordance with a core value, but that moved, inspired, and wowed you at a high level, then that individual then records that, gives it to us, and then we put it on the screen. They then get a recipient. The recipients get a beautiful, obviously framed certificate indicating what the award was, when it was, and signed by the team. So our first award goes to the person that executed on deliver wow through service, our #1 core value. And that individual is the lovely Zinab. So yeah, let's give it up for Zinab. Here's what you had to say.
I would like to acknowledge Zainab Ahmed in customer care for core value #1, deliver wow through service. After office hours, a technical issue began to affect a small portion of the Roma Moulding website. Immediately upon becoming aware of this issue, Zainab worked alongside the web team in their attempts to produce a swift resolution. She became a key point of contact, ensuring that updates on the situation were shared with customers affected during this time. Her cross-departmental assistance has not gone unnoticed, and I wish to thank Zainab for her continuing commitment to deliver wow through service.
Let's give it up for Zinab once more, folks. The next core value award goes to core value #3, be different, have fun, and deliver happiness. Happens to be my best core value, one of my favorite core values. And the recipient of this award by your nominations is the lovely Joanne Garcia. Here's what you had to say.
Joanne is truly one of a kind and the personification of our core values. I've been working with Jo for 7 years, and I can honestly say she is a true inspiration, both professionally and personally. Jo always puts the needs of others before her own, and she is kind, loving, hardworking, and honest. Always the first to help other team members, as well as new BPSs. She is like a big sister to everyone, and is equally loved by her coworkers and her partners. Not only does Jo take on tasks far and above what's expected of her, but she always excels in whatever she undertakes. Is it magic? Or even luck? No. It's hard work, forward thinking, and dedication to her partners and to Roma. Every job is a self-portrait of the person who did it. Autograph your work with excellence. That is Jo, autographing every task with her signature of excellence. I am honored by her friendship, constantly impressed by her drive and professionalism, and am so proud to have her in our Roma family.
Let's give it up for Joanne, folks. So interesting fact, Joanne has known me since I've been 16 years old. That is like over 25 years. I'm 40, going to be 41 next month. Joanne's known me at a very young age, and she's taught me a heck of a lot within this business. And Joanne, I know you're watching. Congratulations, you deserve this and more. So our next core value award goes to core value #5, be passionate, committed, and driven. And this award, by your nominations, goes out to Marianne Guerreri. Here's what you had to say.
I would like to acknowledge Marianne Guerreri for core value #10, love learning and pursue growth and development. Marianne has stepped into her new role with the operations department seamlessly and has been an amazing addition to the team. She's an eager learner and continues to absorb new information without hesitation. It is a breath of fresh air to work with someone who is capable and dedicated to such rapid growth within such a short period of time. Thank you, Marianne, for all your hard work.
Let's give it up for Marianne, folks. So last but certainly not least is for award goes to core value #10, love learning and pursue growth and development. And by your votes and your nominations, that winner is the very own Shelley out of Los Angeles. Here's what you had to say.
I'd like to acknowledge Shelley, aka Paul Bendezu, for core value #5, be passionate, committed, and driven. These qualities are just a few words that could be used to describe Shelley. He arrives at work with a positive, upbeat attitude and continues to drive and motivate his team. He is a fantastic leader and a great mentor that inspires others to reach their full potential. Shelley, Paul, consistently rises to the challenge and makes it look so easy at the same time. I look forward to working alongside Paul for many years to come.
Let's give it up for Shelly, guys. Paul. It truly is the best time when we can acknowledge people live on the All Hands meeting. Unfortunately, he's in California, so he can't be here with us today. But the fact that we acknowledge, and it's not from a senior leadership team, it's from the peers, it's a big deal. So over the years, as I'm watching this acknowledgement, I actually want to take a step back. And I'm going to go back. For next All Hands meeting, I'm actually going to tell you how many times we've done awards of this nature. I'm going to present it next time because the numbers are staggering. So we got some special announcements, special mentions. First special mention goes out to a promotion. So last year at this time, we actually had, I believe it was a promotion with Tanya and Lloyd, and that went really awesome. This is a promotion that is happening right here at our headquarters. We've announced it internally here, and now I'm proud to announce that Eddie is our new assistant leader here at headquarters. Let's give it up for Eddie, guys. Eddie is a shyer guy, but he's a bushel of love and happiness. Eddie doesn't really want to come on stage, but Eddie, we love you. Thank you for performing work at a high level, for always giving it your best. You deserve this promotion more than you know, and we're blessed to have you on this team. So second announcement is for support. So I have a rally call out for support. As you folks know, Julio in Atlanta, I sent an email out, I believe it was 2 days ago. Yes, it was, or yesterday. It was a note that went out to the entire company, which talked about our very own Atlanta DC leader. You've seen his photo, you've seen his voice, you've seen his face. He just joined our team maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. Has been doing fantastic things along with the team. And Julio, unfortunately, his daughter was born premature. And as a preemie, it's very delicate as a premature baby. The baby then grew, and at 4 months old, she had to have a heart surgery. So heart surgery on adults is like a nightmare, but heart surgery on a 4-month-old is a nightmare. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and the very thought of it, scares the what out of me. But Julio, we want you to know that we're here for you. We're going to support you. Truth be told, Julio was going to step down from Roma, and we asked him not to. Julio is a gentleman, if I've ever met a gentleman. He said that it's not fair to Roma that he's here and then he can't be here. And we said, that's nonsense. And it's not part of our values in our company. And culture's not won at the finish line. Culture is all the journey. And this is yet your journey. And this just happened to you and your family. And while he doesn't have help in state, meaning he has no help around him, no family to help, and he's certainly not going to send it to a daycare or a babysitter. And Julio is honorable. What an honorable man and wife that he has. They're taking time off work. They were going to quit their jobs to just spend time with this little 4-year-old. And we said, we want nothing of it. Julio, we're securing your job for whenever you need to come back. You're still part of our team. Our team's going to rally around you. I'm not sure what the next weeks and months look like for you, but we'll be checking in, and we're going to be helping you as much as we can. That's what culture's about. That's what family's about. That's what the values are about at our company, and we're going to be here for you. So I also want you to know our hearts and prayers, all our prayers and our hearts are with you and your little girl. So we'll be praying for you. So on a separate note, support also goes out to the Atlanta DC. So Atlanta was just getting, you've seen that photo, we're back or we're going to kill it or something like that. And they're remarkable people. And then this unfortunate challenge arose. But folks, challenges happen in our life and they're oftentimes the best blessing. We don't see it while it happens, but it's the best blessing in our life because you actually see who rises up to the occasion. I always tell people it's easy to be at the finish line popping champagne and taking the photos and throwing those on Instagram. But it's not easy practicing. It's not easy grinding. It's not easy 5 a.m. workouts. It's not easy the training, the grind. That's not easy. No one's there. But Julio, we're going to be there. In Atlanta, we're going to be there for you. I don't have any answers because this is fresh. This is this week. I do want you folks to know in Atlanta, we are going to converge on all our operations. Team is going to come together, so all the DCs will come together. We're going to figure this out. I don't know if it looks like a leader a week is going to go there. I don't know. But I know we're going to figure this thing out. It's not going to be me. It's going to be us. We're going to figure this thing out. We're going to support Atlanta. Atlanta's going to rise to the occasion, and it's going to be the best, thing that ever happened to Atlanta. So my ask is that you guys rise to that occasion. I don't have all the answers. In fact, I know I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to be asking you folks, how can you guys help? How can Toronto help? How can New Jersey help? How can LA help? How can our leadership team help? So we need the help. We need to be there for this team. So we'll do it. So Roma Wish, you folks know Roma Wish is near and dear to my heart. And this is the final stage of the all hands meeting. We leave it to the end because it's very important. Our Roma Wish mission is a mission that came to us when someone said, Tony, our Give Back program doesn't align with our mission to move, inspire, and wow. Our Give Back program is pretty good. And at the time, we were giving here and there. And that's when someone said, how do we step up to that occasion? How do we try new things? And that's when the mission work began. And I don't want to paraphrase this. I want to read this. Roma Wish is our team's way of giving back to not only the communities we live and play in, but also the world we all share. And we forget that we share this world. We forget that. But it's the truth. And as we're blessed, as we're all blessed here, it's our duty to do something with that blessing. And our little part that we're trying to do is do mission work around the country. Folks, we've completed 5 missions over the last 5 years from when we started. We've never deviated from that mission. These mission trips are all self-funded. We don't get funding from governments or anything of that nature. It's actually funded by a lot of you folks and our partners. It's been brilliant. Tours also fund this. So all the money that we get from donations from the tours goes directly to the kids, directly to the materials for the children or for the events. We've had over 53 team members over 5 years attend Roma Wish missions. It's incredible. And the number is staggering. Over 7,600 volunteer hours have been given in the name of Roma Wish, in the name of Roma Moulding. It's a beautiful thing to have, and it's a tradition that we want to keep having year after year after year. And in 2019, this year, we've secured our location, and as Olga alluded, we're going to announce our location, and our location is with an organization called All Hands and Hearts. It's a global organization, a brilliant organization that does a lot of great things around the work. And this year, as in prior years, our first year we went in Haiti and we worked in orphanages. We went in the Appalachian Mountains and worked with those beautiful people. New York City, the Bowery Mission, we worked with the homeless shelters. We've worked in New Orleans, and we've done so much. In Detroit, we worked with inner city youth. This year, folks, we're going to Houston, Texas. It's my second time. It'll be my second time going to Houston, Texas. We have a lot of partners out there, so I don't know how that's going to look, but I would love to meet some of the partners out there and maybe bring them in. I don't know. It's just a dream, but we're going to be diverging on to Houston, Texas. So we, instead of me telling you all about this new mission, it's best we get it from the team themselves. So this is their video. Take a look.
If you go through the house, you will see that there are no toilets, there are no sinks, there are no showers, there are no cabinets. There's basically an empty shell. We came to the home on that Wednesday, the following Wednesday, because, the houses were flooded. We found that our house had also flooded. And it was a disaster for me because all I kept thinking is, where are my pictures? Where are my documents? The rest is just like a blur. I had given up hope within the second week. And then things started to change. There was this organization called Hands. I would see them and I could not believe that they were dropping their own lives to come help somebody they never met. They never met me. They had no reason, no commitment with me. They didn't owe me anything. and yet they were here. The journey has been interesting in that I understood at that point that moving back into my home, it wasn't going to be up to my husband or my sons or just me. It was going to take the assistance of a lot of people, a lot of organizations. And today they came and they finished sanitizing the home. And I can see myself having a cup of coffee right here.
So that's the. So it's a blessing that we have organizations like this in the world that exist to help some people. And you've seen she was in a wheelchair, and the story goes longer, but we don't. Obviously, we cut it for this show. We'll be working not specifically with her, but we'll be working in Houston, Texas. As you know, the state last year got riddled by some massive hurricanes that they're still trying to billow out of. We also wanted to look at other missionary areas like Puerto Rico that got ravaged by that bad hurricane. Unfortunately, it's very dangerous to go in certain areas of there. There's limited shelter and things of that nature. So when we pick up, or when we try to find the right mission, we try to keep safety first, make sure everybody comes home in one piece, security, and actually things that we can do versus what we can't do. So at this mission trip, we'll be potentially mudding and gutting some homes. So we don't know exactly, because when you get there, things happen. So we'll be mucking and gutting homes, as you've seen there. We'll be doing some recovery activities, depending, it might look like in schools and things of that nature. We'll also be help rebuilding schools, and that's a photo of our own Tanya Ferraro in our last mission in Detroit with the kids. And folks, when you can work with kids and see them smile, because kids don't know the difference, they really don't, but when you can put a smile on their face, it's brilliant. We'll also be building bonds and relationship that will span the lifetime. I can recall this photo. I know exactly where I was. I know exactly what time it was. I know exactly what we're doing. And these memories, folks, it's rare. You think that the memories of you holding up a trophy are great. The memories of working with your team in the name of something bigger than you, because there's no trophies at Roma Wish. You do it, you get on the plane, there's no fanfare, there's nothing. And it's a beautiful beautiful thing. And then lastly, you build lifelong lasting memories. And it's so beautiful to see, so beautiful to work with your team, and so beautiful that you're able to help an individual. This gentleman in the middle there, his name is Mike. We called him Uncle Mike. We gave him a Roma cap. He's 80-something years old, lives on his own, and his house got totally demolished. We were there to help him. It was brilliant. So folks, here are the dates. So our mission dates are July 20th through August 4th. We will be leaving on a Tuesday, so we will be doing a flight into Houston, and then we will be coming home either Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure the arrangements. If you are interested in joining the next mission, I highly, highly, highly recommend you to join this mission. If you want to join the mission, if you're interested, if you're remotely interested, we're not going to hold you accountable, but if you're remotely interested, these are the 4 ways you can do it. So view anybody, if you see someone on the culture team, please pull them aside and say, hey, I'm interested, I'd love to learn more. You can also email culture@romamoulding.com at home, or whatever the case may be. So do that. You can either sign up live today after the show. Olivia will be back there taking your name. Again, giving us your name doesn't say in blood that you're coming. It just says that you're interested, and we'll be giving out more communication as the time goes on. And then lastly, you can also sign up on our website. So there's an area, romamoulding.com/RomaWish. You can put your name in there. We'll be giving out subsequent emails in the weeks and months to come as we get closer to the event. So folks, this is the end of the all hands meeting. And before we go, I have one final small note. I love this quote. It always seems impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela. Imagine the plane. It seemed impossible until we have planes. Cars, open heart surgery, stents in legs, stem cell research. It all seemed very impossible. Shipping a molding from Toronto to California was impossible. It's only impossible until it becomes done. And I got this beautiful story I want to share with you. It's a beautiful story that I read from a book of Joel Osteen. It's a beautiful book on the power of thinking positively. So the story is about a gentleman named Glenn Cunningham. I encourage you to look him up. Brilliant story. He's born on August 4th, 1909 in Kansas. Here's his little family. We tried to get up whatever photos we can. In the turn of the century, cameras weren't readily available. Glenn grew up in a small rural area in Kansas, and unfortunately his schoolhouse caught on fire. And his his little brother never made it. His little brother got burned to death by the flames. And Glenn survived, but survived with very bad burns to, his waist down. The doctors looked at him and said to his parents, you lost one son. This son will never walk. Never walk. And because he was so severely burned. The story goes on to say that Glenn didn't want to succumb to that diagnosis or prognosis by his doctor. So he would get his wheelchair, jump off his wheelchair with his legs dangling, and go across the grass and hold on a fence. And if you ever watch the little kids swim, usually they hold on the side of the pool. Well, that's what Glenn did. And after a few years, Glenn defied the odds and began to walk. While he walked, and it was a crippled walk or it wasn't a straight walk, he walked. And he defied the odds. After that, Glenn, in high school, Glenn trained to become a professional runner. And he won every track meet, every regional meet possible. And that's a photo of him with his coach having to learn how to run again. And so from a child that was told you're not going to walk to, hey, I want to be a runner, that's absurd. You'd think he has probably ADHD or some disease, but in fact he has passion, he has perseverance. He doesn't believe in some prognosis from some doctor he doesn't know about. And in both 1932 and in 1936, Glenn competed with Team USA in the Olympics. This guy couldn't walk. And here's a photo of him in the Olympics. In the Olympics, it's very important. He was running for his country at this time. And he actually broke the world record and held that record, if I'm not mistaken, between 4 and 6 years. He held that record. And here's a photo of Glenn, in his race, in his glory. And I guess my message today is whatever you're doing in life, because life happens. And, while social media makes your life look perfect, it's not. No one ever puts a photo of them ironing. No one puts a photo of them, baking a cake. No one shows the outside moments of your life. Or that you're in the hospital because your daughter has a fever and it's 102, it's 102, or that you lost your job, or that your kid is sick and has open heart surgery. My rally call today is don't give up on that. That is just a challenge that has been placed in front of you for a reason. And while in the moment it seems like the biggest nightmare of your life, know that nothing in your life is given to you, because God will only put in your life the only things that you can deal with, not the things that you can't. And in Glenn's case, he was given a challenge. His brother burned to death and he had no legs. His legs were all burned. And then here he is beating world records where people had perfect legs and perfect school and perfect coaches. So folks, whatever you do, I hope you leave this all hands meeting today with a message of never give up. Always go higher. Count your blessings, but always go higher. So on that note, I want to wish you all an amazing rest of your 278 days this year. 287 have been complete. I'm blessed to have you as an amazing team. Thank you to our awesome guests for being in here, for your awesome people that are watching us live over the internet. I thank you, and I only look forward to bigger, better, and brighter things to come. So on that note, I want to sign off. All Hands Meeting 27 is complete. Thank you very much. Thank you.